Welcome back, Goddess of Genesis fam. I'm going to be talking about the latest update in this video. So first of all, we have the new Hero Calypso. I mean, look at that writing in animation. That's pretty cool. If you have a water team, I think Calypso is going to be the anchor for your team. She's going to be a guardian for the water people, and she has a lot of really interesting effects. First of all, her hit points, physical defense, and magic defense are all S level, so that's as good as you can get in terms of a tank. That's awesome. I don't think she has the ability to intervene and block attacks from an enemy, so you're going to need to give her something like Joan's Assist so that she can become a true tank and block attacks for enemies. But she has so many different abilities that look really interesting. She can, let me go through it real quick. So first of all, at the start of battle, she will freeze the enemy with the highest speed, so she immediately nullifies the fastest threat on the opposing team just by being present in the party. At 4 stars, she inflicts a debuff on opponents. Let me see if I can bring this up here. So at 4 stars, she inflicts a debuff on opponents where the top 2 enemies with the highest strength or intelligence will not be able to do more than 10% damage to her health. 10% of her total hit points per attack. At 5 stars, she inflicts a debuff on enemies which reduces their freeze resistance, which will help your entire team if you have an ice team. At 6 stars, when Calypso is attacked, she inflicts 1 stack of Frostmark on the opponent who's attacking her, which I think could be really strong if she ends up being a true guardian with Intervene, because then every time she blocks an attack, she inflicts Frostmark on the attacker. And when you get her to limit break, she inflicts 2 stacks of Frostmark, which is pretty strong. And then when she's limit broken, when an enemy is frozen, then your unit with the highest strength or intelligence will inflict a single attack on the unit that's frozen, and it'll do 600% of their strength or intelligence. And that attack cannot be intercepted, and it ignores stealth. So if you think about it, anytime you have someone like Abe who can freeze an entire team, that could be a lot of free attacks. Or even just when she intervenes and people attack into her, the strongest 2 characters on the opposing team are only doing 10% of damage to her, and they're taking stacks of Frostmark, and then when they get frozen, they take this additional strong attack from another ally on the team. So she's a really interesting character, but you kind of want her to get to limit break to reach her full potential. So that's the new character Calypso. And not many people are running a water team, but if you are, I think she's going to be really strong. We also have a new banner for Joan, who has her Awakening banner here. I did a separate video about this, but essentially you want to pull at minimum 15 multi-pulls on this banner, and each pull uses, 660 star stones. So if you do 15 multi-pulls, you're looking at about 10,000 star stones to get these materials that you need for Joan's Awakening. You kind of need these flags. There's 4 of them, and you do them only by pulling on this banner. The TLDR for awakening a character is you want your character to be at 6 stars, 150 out of 250 shards. So you want them to be about 100 shards away from limit break, because as you pull on this banner, you're going to get shards of Joan through these keepsakes. And you'll get roughly 100 extra shards of Joan as you're doing these pulls. So then, if you're already at 150 out of 250, getting those extra 100 shards will get you to 250, where you could limit break her and then get her assist level 4, which I did previously, and this is what it looks like. It gives 30% damage reduction to the entire team, as opposed to 20%, which you had in the previous version. And now her revive affects 2 allies, so you can revive 2 times with her as an assist. Let's see, what else did we get with this banner? We have an equipment summon banner for the Basura armor, which is the most impactful armor in the game, because as the enemy attacks into you, they take a ton of reflect damage, and it really discourages attacking anyone with Basura armor within the first 3 turns until this effect wears off. So very strong armor, definitely a must-have if you PvP, but I don't recommend summoning on equipment banners because it's very heavy into Genesis Tarot, and you could end up pulling these other artifacts which are not as good and which you can get pretty commonly just through regular gameplay. So my recommendation is wait until they have a selector pack for Basura armor if you are not free to play, and you can just purchase it outright whenever that becomes available. Let's see, what else do we have? We have an Arc of Miracles here, which I used to recommend summoning on because then you could get this fusion crystal, but considering you're already dropping 10,000 Starstones on the Joan Awakening banner, it's hard to justify another 8,000 in the Arc of Miracles. So I'm probably not going to be pulling on any more of these since I need to save for Awakenings. We also have this Siren Shards event where you can go in here and grind. I recommend you do the team level 50. There's going to be people in here. I'm probably going to be grinding the rest of the day on this. Any excess stamina I have. And when you want to use the recommended heroes for sure so that you get the maximum points returned. And the reward for doing this should be, I'm not going to count it, but I'm pretty sure you get 60 shards of Siren unless they nerfed it. And 60 shards will be enough to summon a free copy of Siren. So if you do not have Siren, she's one of the best healers in the game right now, and you can get a free copy of her just by grinding this event. You can grind enough points to get the free copy of Siren within 1 day. So just go into teams, and there will be people like whales in here, like me, who will carry the team. So you don't even have to do a lot of damage. Just be a part of it and use the recommended heroes and get your free copy of Siren because she's really good. Is there anything else with this event? I think that's it. Oh, actually, wait, I did forget one thing. If you go into the equipment summon banner, we have Anathema, which is a new addition to the general summoning pool. And what that means is next week we're going to get an equipment summoning banner with Anathema, which is a really good armor for mages and priests. What it does is it gives you a buff every turn where you will do, 5% increased damage. Someone wants to grind the Siren event. I will be grinding that very shortly. But anyway, for Anathema, you get a buff that increases your damage by 5%, and it stacks up to 10 times. So if a battle goes to 10 turns, you'll be doing an extra 50% damage, which is a lot. So in a really long battle, Anathema could be really huge in turning the tide. And also, at certain points, I forget what turns it is, but it does give you a revive as well. So after the 2nd, 5th, and 9th action, Anathema gives you a revive. So if for some reason you're in a fight that goes 10 turns, Anathema can revive your hero 3 times, which is amazing for an armor. So yeah, that's coming, and next week we should get a banner like this, where instead of the Basura armor, it's going to be Anathema. So that's something to look forward to. Although I don't recommend summoning on equipment banners, it's nice to know that that's in the pool, and you could run into someone who pulled this just from their free daily summon on the equipment banner. Okay, that's it for this week.